Next, we have a speaker, Mr. Omar Suleiman. He is a prominent American Muslim scholar.
Next we have Imam Omar Suleiman. He is an American Muslim scholar and civil rights leader. He is a founder and president of the Yaqeen Institute for Islamic Research, a professor of Islamic Studies at Southern Methodist University, and co-chair of Faith Forward Dallas at Thanksgiving Square. Recently named one of the 25 most influential Muslims in America by CNN, he has risen to prominence nationally and internationally as a theologically driven spokesperson and activist for human rights. Please help me welcome Imam Omar Suleiman.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with you all that are here to stand for a noble cause that has been silenced by propaganda. It's amazing to me, in a bad way, how much oppression could take place in a central part of the world with the entire global community essentially turning a blind eye to it. It's amazing to me that the world always says never again. And you have in the Uyghur people, a people that are the victims of ethnic cleansing, that are victims of a genocide, that are the victims of a communist government that wishes to impose the worship of the apparatus of communism, a single ethnic identity, and an entirely obedient people. And we've heard that happen before in the world. And still the world says never again, never again, never again. It's sad that the Uyghur people are being persecuted because they are Muslims. And to China, they are too Muslim. And to the rest of the world, they're not Muslim enough. And that's why to the Muslim world to whom they're not Muslim enough, instead of taking up the cause of the Uyghur people and saying that we will not allow a people to be suffocated and tortured and put into chambers, millions of people jailed and brutalized because of their religious or ethnic identity. Instead, they're too busy bombing each other. Instead, they're busy killing other children. And we have to be very honest with ourselves that we are under no illusion as we call upon the United States government to impose sanctions on China that the US government is innocent of war crimes itself. I can say that. We're under no illusion that the countries that we're calling to sanction in ways deserve to be sanctioned themselves. But I thought with the Rohingya people that the silence of the world was shameful. With the Uyghurs, it has been compounded and it's operating out of the same apathy and the same racism, and that's why China tried to shield Myanmar from being persecuted, for being held accountable for its persecution of the Rohingya. But the silence on this cause is unacceptable. The silence from the Muslim world, the silence from those who champion religious freedom here in the United States, the silence from those who claim to want a safer world, who claim to stand for pluralism, either in their countries or in the global society, to sit silently. And this is why China has been able to do this, is because the world has been silenced and allowed it to operate like this for years. This didn't just start this year. It has operated for years and years and years, and each and every single one of you that's coming forward and talking about their families that are in persecution, I'm sorry for not doing enough for you. I take responsibility. As the son of Palestinians who were also sent out of their lands, who also had their land stolen and were persecuted, as an American Muslim, I'm sorry for not doing more for your cause. But inshallah, we're going to change that. Inshallah, we will stand by you. We will amplify your voice. And we'll make sure that every single congressperson, knows about your cause, and will make sure that every single person who claims to champion religious freedom in this country but does not include your cause is made uncomfortable by omitting the most obvious religious persecution that exists in the world today. Millions of people in concentration camps for no other reason but their religious identity is unacceptable. And inshallah ta'ala, we will be here alongside with you. I pray that we are able to move the hearts of some of the people that have the power to sanction China. And let me be clear here, I do not think that what we're calling for is war or violence or calling for military intervention. We're calling for people, countries, and nations to use the power of global economics to sanction one of the world's most powerful global economies into stopping this persecution. China does not need to persecute the Uyghurs. They don't need it to function. But we need to make it unaffordable for them to do so. And so that's why, inshallah, we will raise this plight and we will make sure that the community, the American Muslim community stands with you, that the American people stand with you, and that any political power that can move this cause forward, whether it's in the Muslim world or here in the United States, understands that this is the most obvious cause of religious persecution and one of the most important for us to champion at this moment. So we are with you. I pray that Allah unites you with your families, that He lifts the persecution from you. I cannot imagine what it's like to receive a text message or to receive a message that your father is dead but don't ask any questions, or to not hear from your child for years and years and years, or to not know where your parents are or not know where your children are. I don't know how you muster up the bravery and the courage to even tell your story. But inshallah, we will make sure that the world hears your story, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I pray that today is a turning point for our community. We need to make sure that everyone knows and amplifies until it's unaffordable. It's too unaffordable for China to continue this persecution. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.